Hi everyone, it's Simon Keeling here, and it's Thursday the 8th of December. A big day today for my MSc students at the University of Birmingham. It's the day when they make their TV recording debut. That's when we get them into a studio. They record a TV forecast as part of their MSc course. Always a nerve-wracking moment for them, and lots of them have been watching this morning to get a bit of a heads up as to what's likely to go on. And a big day weather-wise too today. We're going to be looking at storms, and we've got to be looking at snow as well. So we're going to focus in really today on the shorter period, but this is the 7 to 10 day mean charts that I like to show you. This is the ECMWF on the left here, this is the GFS on the right, and this covers the mean of the 500 millibar flow between now so Thursday and next Sunday the 18th, and there's been lots of bouncing backwards and forwards of these models over the last 12 hours, but they're kind of in agreement still that we've got lower than normal heights across the UK look during this period. There's the jet screaming from northern parts of America, Canada, across the North Atlantic towards the south of the UK. Now that means that we stay in these stormy conditions, but if anything, the windy weather will be shifted further south, so we're going to stay changeable. We're on the cool side of the jet, but it's not desperately cold, although I do think this means that we'll see sleet and snow across the Scottish mountains. I am still holding out some hope of a pressure build somewhere between the 16th and the 18th. The runs last night were showing it. It's disappeared again this morning, but I'm looking out for it. I suspect it may be in there, and the ECMWF trying to build these heights look in the Atlantic. This has been a constant theme. Who's going to be right, me or the models? We'll wait and see, but on the basis of this it looks like we're in for much more of the same over the coming days. Now, as always, remember I've told you this before, that the site's supported and kept free of charge by the adverts you see around the screen. So if you do see an advert you like, click on it, go through to the advertiser. That generates revenue for us, and it shows the sponsor that you're interested in the site too. That was just an aside while these charts loaded up. Okay, so these are the GFS charts from the Weather Online site. Now, here's our low look. The time is here in the top left hand corner. There's our low west of Scotland at the moment. Watch what happens this afternoon. That low tracks eastwards across northern Scotland. Watch these winds here where the isobars are closest. By late afternoon into this evening, look, a very, very strong area of winds going through the central and southern belts of Scotland during this afternoon. Now, this is serious by Scottish standards. This could bring in gusts of up to 90 miles per hour, and I think it's going to be anywhere from sort of here southwards to the Scottish borders. It's quite a dangerous situation, this. These winds are strong enough to be blowing over lorries on motorways, so it's that sort of strength, and I know the police in Scotland are watching this carefully, so don't be surprised if some action's taken or advice given not to be travelling. On top of that, we've got snow following in across central Scotland too, but my real main concern is the strength of these winds. They really are going to be very, very strong during the course of this afternoon, and the fact that they're coming through during the afternoon only makes it worse, of course, because there's lots of people out and about. As for the rest of the country, there's the cold front look clearing southwards. I think the risk of snow actually at low levels on the back of this has gone away over the mountains of Wales, yes, and over the hills of northern England. But then we need to focus on tomorrow. Look, there's the low going out to the North Sea during the course of this evening and into tonight. But look at this little feature here coming in. This is a trough that develops in the flow. That moves its way southwards. This has the potential to be snow. This is the forecast from the GFS, again from the Weather Online site, and this is actual weather. Now, this is in the 6 hour period up to 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, and look, it's bringing snow across the highlands of, or either the hills of southern Scotland and over the Lake District and the Pennines, with this feed of showers coming in off the North Sea. Now, if you get a northwesterly flow coming in off the North Sea with really cold air, that can destabilise the air and can give you suddenly a feed of continuous snow showers, northwest England, North Wales and into the Midlands. Look what the model's hinting at. Here it comes, look. Here's that flow. There's that snow moving its way southwards, bringing a period of snow to Northern Ireland and across northwestern parts of England, slipping its way southwards during the course of tomorrow afternoon, and by tomorrow evening it's into the Northwest Midlands, North Wales. Now, this could lead to accumulations within this northwest England area of around perhaps even 2 centimetres. Now, it doesn't sound a lot, but it's enough potentially to be causing some problems. over the high ground it could be giving 4 or 5 centimetres, and similarly for the north coast of Wales here, with just a dusting around the northwest Midlands. Across Scotland, what we haven't mentioned, well, frequent heavy snow showers for northern and western Scotland during the course of Friday. What about into the weekend? Well, let's just have a very quick look at the weekend. There's our northwesterly flow look through Friday as we go through into Saturday. So we find that flow still there, but a ridge builds in. Saturday being a cold day, a dry day, but a fine day, probably the better day of the weekend. Then a front coming in from the west look during the course of Saturday evening and overnight into Saturday. That clears southeast on Sunday, with a jet stream getting going again and bringing the potential for another winter storm through late Monday into Tuesday. And this little feature here has been pretty consistent over the last couple of days on the model here, that it brings in another area of strong winds with unsettled conditions and continuously feeding in these areas of low pressure look into the back end of next week. So it looks like it's going to be staying unsettled, much the same of what we've got at the moment. Strong winds at times, but watch for those strong winds across Scotland during the course of this afternoon. They're going to be super critical. Have a great day and keep the sun shining, and don't forget, if you see an advert you like around the site, click on it. It generates revenue for us and it shows the sponsors that you're interested in the site, and spread the word about WeatherWeb TV. Thanks for watching.